Comrade Ford describes the history of the 20th century as a history of vacuums. That's to say, no proletarian revolutions in the heartland of world capitalism, initially Europe, increasingly thereafter America. Well, I felt he ran just a little fast through the actual events, you know. I mean, Germany, 1919, 1920. Italy in the same period. Hungary, Bulgaria, Spain in 36. France in the same year, the year of the great general strike. 5 million workers raising the question of state power. Greece in 44. The absence of revolution is not final evidence of the elimination of revolutionary potential. Via Marcuse, we learn that the proletariats of advanced societies have been absorbed into the value systems of the capitalist states, that they are now junior partners in capitalism. And this in itself is the final refutation of Marx's contention that capitalist societies were class societies, whose inherent tensions and contradictions necessarily result in their supersession by social ownership of the already socialized productive forces of those same societies. All right, let's grant, descriptively at least, an extraordinary low level of revolutionary militancy in metropolitan proletariats. What we have to decide on the evidence within the theory is how this has come about and how it can be changed. Unless, of course, we slip the question altogether by arguing that the revolutionary moment has gone floating off somewhere else and now rests with the peasant of Asia or Africa or South America, who presumably now must face not only the combined weight of imperialist expansion, massing behind the most sophisticated technology of destruction yet devised by man, but also the active opposition of bourgeoisified proletariats eager to defend their share of the cake against all comers, however oppressed and miserable they may be. What's missing is any genuine grasp of the dialectic, of the relationship between the class struggle inside the capitalist state and the extruded version of it being waged out with. The fact is, the two are inextricably linked. There will be no victory in one without victory in both. But it must be the victory of the metropolitan proletariat that will herald the end of imperialist oppression. It is genuinely inconceivable that it could happen the other way around. Think of it. Think of it. Of course the colonial struggle will go on. But does anyone really believe that America and Britain and France and Germany, mature capitalist states at their level of technological development, with their economic resources and degree of destructive potential, will allow significant reversals to occur in their economic expansion without doing something about it? It's unthinkable. So we must answer the questions. How is it that metropolitan proletariats lack revolutionary potential, and how might this be changed? Because if we don't answer them, we might as well take up chess or billiards, because there will be no way in which we can effect the transition we've been talking about and trying to work towards. European and American proletariats appear to have settled for the status quo, in my opinion, because they have been consistently and systematically betrayed by their leaders, and particularly by the communist parties of the various European countries. A simple historical fact that finds no place in Comrade Ford's analysis. Stalin. Socialism in one country meant the damping down of revolutionary ardour everywhere, even where the flame of revolution was breaking through every crevice of capitalist society. By 1933, the German Communist Party, the strongest in Europe outside Russia, had delivered the German working classes to Hitler on a plate. The French general strike of 36, which was undoubtedly based on a spontaneous proletarian desire to contest state power, i.e. a genuine revolutionary situation, was cynically reined back by the Stalinist hacks who led the PCF and turned quite deliberately into a struggle for wage increases. Wage increases! At Stalin's behest. The working class throughout Western Europe is even now in most places the prisoner of those miserable anti-revolutionary leaderships, where they are not the dupes of the forces of social democracy. If we are to change all this, if we are to put proletarian revolution back on the agenda of European history, we're going to have to replace those defunct and corrupt leaderships with vital and revolutionary ones. But those leaderships will emerge not as loose coalitions or spontaneous coalescings, but as a result of patient organisation and disciplined effort. That's to say, those leaderships will develop from new revolutionary parties, which in turn will base themselves in and on the class they seek to lead. There is only one slogan worth mouthing at this particular historical conjuncture. It is, build the revolutionary party. There is no other slogan that can possibly take precedence.